Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are in the Cobra, if you couldn't tell by the loud obnoxious noises. Oh man, does it feel good to be in here. Finally got some rain. Roads are still wet, but salt's gone. And oh man, does it feel good to be back in this thing. Now, I'd be lying if I said I haven't driven it once. I went to go get an oil change and the car didn't fit up on the lift. It was too low. So, I'm gonna have to do my own oil change. And that's gonna be interesting because I've never done that before. But without further ado, let's get into today's topic, which is a very highly debated one in the Cobra community, or I'm sure just in general, is IRS versus SRA, or solid rear axle, for those that don't know what that stands for. So, for those that don't know, this is my 03 Cobra. If you're new to the channel, you better subscribe. Like, just click it, kick it, hit it. I don't care what you gotta do, just do it. It's my 03 Cobra. Now, mine is pretty different than most because this one is solid rear axle swapped and this one is a 5-speed swap, but that's for a whole different video. If you guys want to learn more about that, you can check my previous videos. But that's one of the main reasons I wanted this car, is because I knew that it was solid rear axle swapped. Now, by no stretch of the imagination am I like super mechanically inclined, so I might be saying this all wrong, but pretty much it's a solid rear axle, whereas IRS stands for independent rear suspension, where each axle or each wheel has its own independent suspension, so that way the geometry, so like let's say we're going over here and we hit a bump on the right side, there's like a pothole, we hit it on the right. It is not going to off-put the left side because it's independent. Whereas on a solid rear axle, you hit that right one and your tire dips. Now on the left side, the axle's going up. So what do most people prefer? So these cars come from the factory with an IRS. Now, a lot of people like that because A, it's definitely a smoother ride compared to the solid rear axle. Now you can make a solid rear axle car drive nice. This car is definitely was built with going in a straight line in mind, but IRS is just, so let me start over again real quick. I've been in both. So my buddy has several Cobras. I've driven in his with the IRS, and then I've owned this car now for almost a year and a half, 2 years with the SRA. So I'm not the best person to be giving off this knowledge, but being that I've been in both Cobras with both different types of suspension, I think what I'm gonna say will resonate and make sense. So, again, I pardon if this video is kind of all over the place, but why did I want the solid rear axle? Because the IRS upkeep is not something I really wanted to deal with, because a lot of the guys that are pushing decent power that want to go race them, you have to do what's called the FTBR, which is full tilt boogie racing, which is like a bushings kit. And that's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Plus you have to worry about everything, you know, things leaking. With the solid rear axle, the 8.8, you just throw that sucker in there and she's gonna hold up. So this one does have a built rear end, so this one could handle pretty much just about anything I could throw at it. This car's only at 462 wheel. I don't think I'm gonna go more than that ever. I finally got the car running right, it's dialed in. Down the road maybe we will, but for right now I just want to enjoy it. But I just wanted something that was hassle-free, whereas the IRS, it definitely does ride a lot smoother. And let's face it, the IRS exhaust, hands down, is the best. Whereas the solid rear axle, you have to go over the axle, so you don't have that beautiful 03, 04 Cobra typical, you know, style exhaust, which, I mean, I do wish I had that. And I know there's ways that you could do it with a straight axle, but then you can never like lift the car because your exhaust will like break off, from what I've read online. So I'm not gonna do that. I'll keep it as is. For me, it's more so about the sound than how it looks. Plus with the IRS, you really can't do a 15-inch unless you start shaving and cutting off a ton of bolts and things. See, for me, I'd rather just throw this in there. It's more reliable, in my opinion, from what I've seen, or maybe not necessarily more reliable, but it doesn't require as much upkeep, doesn't require you to put as much money into it to hold that, and it fits the 15s, no issues whatsoever. You could obviously, like I said, a lot of people will shave them. I think it's the calipers, and there's like some sort of bolt or knuckle you have to trim quite a bit. So I would never do that personally, even though the Cobra calipers suck. These things do not break best by any stretch of the imagination. And this person's going 2 miles an hour. So yeah, I like the SRA, the solid rear axle. I mean, mine is set up really stiff. So I have adjustable upper control arms, solid rear or solid lowers. This car is on Viking coilovers, and you guys, I'm going down this road. I hate going down this road, but you're gonna hear and feel, well, you're not gonna feel it, but just based on the sounds you're about to hear, you're gonna understand the pain I'm going through and why I'm gonna need a chiropractor. Ready? Now, I'm not exaggerating the head movement. So if you guys see the camera going up and down, I'm trying to stay as still as humanly possible, and I'm literally going the speed limit. These feel like you're hitting, like a meteorite just hit right in front of your Cobra, right in front of the car. And listen to that. Because these, oh my goodness. The Vikings, I don't know what the spring rate is. They were on there when I bought it, but my gosh, it is so stiff. I mean, these things, don't get me wrong, the car feels great. Like, it feels sturdy, but these just literally almost hurt. I'm afraid it's just gonna pop a strut tower right through the damn hood. Now, yes, can you build an IRS to hold a lot of power? Absolutely. But then you also have to do the axles, which I think you have to do like G-force axles, which are just stupid expensive. I think I saw someone saying just one of them is like 900 bucks. I think the FTBR kit is like around 2,000, maybe 1,500. So, I mean, you start upgrading all this stuff, man, you could have a built 9-inch back there, man. And then you could throw down whatever you want. But I get it. There's a lot of Cobra purists. You know, just by me saying solid rear axle, people are like, oh my gosh, you did that to such a rare car. Guys, this car was never perfect. I mean, when it was brand new, it was. But at this point, I'm pretty confident not to go. This is going to be another video. I'm probably going to film right after this. I think we're going to throw the 4R70 in her. I've had that trans now sitting for probably 8 months, 9 months. I got it last fall. So probably like 6 months. But nonetheless, yeah, I think I'm getting ready to throw that thing in here. So that was just my little rundown of my opinion. Honestly, who cares what people think? You know, they don't own the car. I get it. IRS, pros, rides, definitely a lot smoother. Exhaust looks 10 times better, but you gotta spend more money on it. Solid rear axle is just more durable. You'll see in a lot of the forums, people will switch from IRS to SRA and contemplate going back, but then they usually don't. Once you go SRA, you kind of start to see some of the pros. I think they outweigh the IRS. Now, if your car is bone stock and you don't race it or anything, keep the IRS, man. It looks gorgeous. Or if you're a baller and you're able to build the IRS to, you know, good enough, you know, spec to hold whatever power you're putting down, then more power to you. All right, so we're pulling up to the next spot. I'm gonna film a video here, I think, because I don't drive this car all that often, so we gotta make the most of it. So yes, guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video. I just spit all over that. That's disgusting. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop a like. I know it was a little bit, maybe not as informative as I had hoped because I don't know too much. But I mean, I think I had enough input. We're gonna pull up on here. But alrighty, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. We got lots of cool content coming. Again, we're hitting those 2 to 3 uploads a week. I'm gonna start aiming for 4, but who knows? That's kind of a stretch. Nonetheless, love y'all. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next upload. Later, fam.